First Election. This election is reporting by first-time voters for first-time voters. And the My First Election crew is set up down in Studio F at WKAR TV, where we're going to check in with someone who actually did not vote this time around, but this is an interesting story. Lauren Underhill is an MSU junior from Britain. She's now living in Heartland, Michigan, a broadcasting major. So, hi, Lauren. You're not a U.S. citizen, so you did not vote. I do have that correct. Is that right?
Yep, that is correct.
All right. What are your observations? I've spent a bunch of time in Britain. I have to ask, but I've never been there for an election. Tell us about your impressions of the American election.
Well, I grew up in America. I've been here since I was 4 years old, so I haven't had much experience with the British process and a lot of British politics, to be honest. But I do get a view of what it's like from my parents' perspective.
Okay.
And it's interesting because in England, the most strong liberal would be considered very conservative. So I'm looking at it from a viewer's perspective and looking at what people know. And it's interesting because earlier this week, one of my classmates and I did a video. It was somewhat like Jay Leno's Jaywalking, where we asked students just general questions about the election process, U.S. government trivia, who the Michigan governor is. And a lot of people didn't know, the three branches of government. They didn't know who the Michigan governor was. A lot of people actually said Debbie Stabenow, and one person said Rick Santorum, which was quite funny. But
I guess so.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it from, I know all of these things, even though I can't vote. So it's kind of funny to look at what people know and how they inform themselves when they are voting. And even though I'm not allowed to vote, I know these things, and I think that it should be more stressed that people know these things.
Very good. Thank you, Lauren. We appreciate those insights.
No problem.
And you can find a link to My First Election's live web feed at WKAR.org, and you can follow WKAR and My First Election.